Hi, my name is Cheryl Simpson, and I am your instructor for ITS 164 Network Fundamentals. In this course, we're going to be learning a lot of things about networks and cabling and protocols, subnetting, using hubs, routers, lots of different things. So hopefully you'll get a lot out of this course. The purpose of the course is to prepare you for the Network Plus exam, which is provided by CompTIA. So hopefully you will find through this course that we've prepared you for the test, and you'll do great. A couple of things about me. I am an instructor, a faculty member at Great Falls College in the Computer Technologies Department. I have degrees in both computer science and mathematics. I've been teaching for about 8 to 10 years or so, and I've been working in the industry for about 20 with a focus on database-driven websites. I've been married for 20 years, and I have 4 kids. So in this course, it's an online course, and that means that you don't ever have to come into campus. You're going to find all of the resources that you need are going to be available online, and you're going to be able to use those resources to get through the course. Both the textbook and all of the assignments can be done online. Hopefully you have received the Common Cartridge access code, which you will need to be able to access both the online textbook and the online study guide and labs, which are PDF documents, which you're going to be filling out and submitting for this course. In the course, there are 20 chapters in 8 weeks. That's fast. So we're going to be doing 5 chapters every 2 weeks. Our due dates are going to be essentially every 3 days. So we'll do chapter 1 due on Wednesday, and then we'll just move every 3 days up until the Friday, Saturday, Sunday thing for chapter 4 and 5. But you'll see, all of the due dates are in D2L, so you should be able to reference D2L to get your due dates. Every chapter is going to require 4 assignments from you. So you're going to read the chapter. That's not an assignment. You're just going to read the chapter because you need to know the stuff in the chapter. You're going to watch the lecture videos if you feel that they help you. So I've done a lecture video for each chapter, and they're going to kind of go over the chapter. I recommend actually having the book open while you're reading the chapter. Just helps. So you're going to read the chapter. You're going to watch the lecture videos. There is some review questions at the back. They are not required, but I recommend them because they do help you to kind of cement that knowledge. If you find that you don't have the time or that you don't like the review questions, they're not required. You don't have to turn them in. They're more for your reference to know, did you get the concepts in this chapter? There's a study guide. That's a PDF document provided with the textbook. You'll see it in D2L. You can click on it, access the PDF document, fill it out. So it's a populate PDF document thing where you're going to fill out all the answers. Then you're going to save it and submit it to me through D2L. And I'm going to go through and grade it and see how you did. Then you're going to do your labs. So most of your labs are going to be hands-on type projects, but a lot of them can be done at home just using your main computer, and that should be fine. You just need a network connection. For chapters 2, you're going to be creating cables. So if you have the opportunity to get hold of a cable splicer and crimper and a length of Cat5 cable, that would be fabulous because you can use those to go ahead and create your cables. As a networking class, you're going to need to know how to make cables. Some of the labs do require a little bit more. So we're going to be using a product called Wireshark, which is going to reference some of the protocols you'll see as we get further along, and Packet Tracer, which is provided by Cisco. If you cannot do the labs because you just don't have access to 2 computers with a hub in the middle, you can use Packet Tracer to virtually create that and get kind of a similar experience. When you take the Network Plus exam, there are some hands-on projects in there. They're little hands-on modules that are very similar to Packet Tracer. So using Packet Tracer is actually sometimes more beneficial than coming into the lab and using a real system, because that's kind of what the simulations look like in the test. Some of the labs are going to not be something that you can do at home, and that's okay. They're going to be optional. So anything that you cannot do at home is optional. That doesn't mean you don't have to do them. I mean, obviously you don't have to do them, but I recommend them if you can. So if you are in a situation where you can do those labs because of work, because of options, that would be great. We do have a network lab on campus, but it's locked and you have to get permission to get in there. So you need to set up an appointment with me to use the network lab if you need to. Like I said, none of your labs should require it. So you don't need to ever come in, but if you feel like you need that hands-on in an actual lab, you're welcome to contact me and we can work out a schedule, come up with a time when you can come in and I'll make sure I'm on campus. All of my classes this semester are off campus, so I'm not on campus most of the time. So those are your labs, your study guides. There is a quiz. The quiz is going to be a little bit painful in the fact that you have to use the lockdown browser. I'm not doing this because I don't trust you. I'm doing this because I want to prepare you psychologically for taking the Network Plus exam. When you take the exam, if you take it from home, you're going to be doing a lockdown browser and you're going to be kind of getting that visual of someone's watching you, get used to it. No notes, no textbook, nothing is going to be available when you take your test. So I want you used to that idea. So I'm making you use the lockdown browser now to get you used to that idea. I can't just go glance at the textbook online. I can't search for anything. So that's intentional. I'm doing that on purpose. Not because I don't trust you, because I'm sure you're going to do fine. Just to kind of prepare you psychologically for that. The next thing that we're going to do is a discussion. So we're going to be using Microsoft Teams a lot in this course. I should have already added you. If I haven't, please go into the how to add yourself to Teams section of D2L and get yourself added. Or send me a text or an email or something and say, hey, I'm not on Teams, can you add me? So everybody should be added into the Teams group. We're going to be doing weekly team meetings on Tuesdays at 7. That's going to be the date that I have right now for this course. If that doesn't work for you, let me know. If you're working every Tuesday at 7, let me know. And either we might add a second date time or you can just work with me individually, and that's fine as well. Our team meetings are going to be a time for the class to come together as a whole and ask questions and talk about our experiences with the chapter, with the assignments from this week, and how you did with it. Did it feel okay? Is there something that I got wrong? That's always a possibility. Is there something that you found in your experience in the real world that doesn't go with what the book says so that other people can be aware of it? I just want us to have one time per week that we have to get together as a group. We also are going to have discussions on Microsoft Teams where you're going to go into the discussion and you're going to either post a comment or post a response to someone else's comment for each chapter. You'll see I've added 2 or 3 questions for each chapter. You're welcome to add your own questions. So if this is something that you think someone else might get some benefit out of, go ahead and add your questions. It'll be great because we can have a discussion in there. Make sure that at least for once, at least each chapter that you go in, you answer my questions. Assuming that it's not an optional question. Like if you didn't do the lab, you can't do the question. But you could also respond with comments or suggestions or encouragement to your classmates as well. So that's what the discussions are going to be for. And so for each chapter, you are going to have a study guide, a lab, a quiz, and a discussion. 5 chapters every 2 weeks. So that's going to be kind of that date time issue that you have to deal with. One quick comment on due dates. I don't accept things late as a general rule. General rules sometimes have situations. I understand the world's a little different right now. General rules don't really apply. So in general, if you have not contacted me, if you have not said anything to me, if you haven't interacted with me at all, and you want to turn your assignments in 2 days late, I'm not going to accept them. If you need to turn them in late, if you have something going on at work and you can't get off and you can't get the assignments in on time, contact me at least 24 hours before the due date and we can work something out. So I'm more than flexible if you interact with me, if you talk with me. If you're asking for an extension on every assignment, I'm going to cut you off because we don't have time. There's only 8 weeks to get through 20 chapters and extensions just push things off further and further. So due dates are there for your benefit and for mine so I don't get overloaded with 40 or 50 assignments I have to grade all at once. But they're for your benefit as well, to keep you on track. You can always do your assignments early. So don't think of it as, oh, wait, it's Saturday. I can't start on the next chapter yet. Sure you can. Feel free. Go ahead. You can start early. You can always work early. You just can't turn things in late because we always have that hard cutoff at the end of the 8 weeks. I really hope you enjoy this course. It's kind of fascinating, this world of networks and cables and how data gets from one point to another and how the protocols all work together and keeping track of the OSI model and how they were created and how different data packets are moved throughout the system. Hopefully you're taking this course as either for your Network Plus exam or because you're moving on to one of our AAS programs, which are great. If you find this is good for you and you are not currently enrolled in the program, feel free to talk to either me or Steve, the department head for computer technology, and ask us how the program works and what we can do to get you into it. Have a great week. Please contact me via Teams if you need me for anything. You can send me emails, and emails are fine. My work office phone number doesn't really go very far. Send me an email or contact me via Teams. Teams is great. Sending me a chat in Teams, you will get me most of the time. I'm checking my Teams every day, Monday through Friday, from usually 9 until about 4. I check it sometimes over the weekend, but it's not guaranteed. So don't think that you can send me something Saturday afternoon and guarantee I'm going to get it to it before Monday. I may not. Make sure you start early for assignments if you think you're going to need some help. Okay? I hope we have a great 8 weeks together, and I'll talk to you soon.